welcome to the ID Talk podcast. My name is Peter Counter, and I am the editor-in-chief of FindBiometrics, which is reporting live from the Future Travel Experience Global Conference in Las Vegas. Eric Weiss, our multimedia editor, was on the show floor this week speaking to the biometrics and identity leaders. And in this special episode of ID Talk, recorded on the final day of FTE, he interviews Mohit Malik, head of Global Business Development at SITA. Malik begins by showcasing SITA's latest contactless passenger journey technology, and then the conversation goes on to talk of SITA's deployment efforts around the globe in the age of digital transformation, as well as the generally positive public perception around biometrics at the airport before looking ahead to a coming travel boom. It's a very interesting conversation about some key trends in travel and biometrics. So without further ado, here is FindBiometrics' Eric Weiss in conversation with SITA's Mohit Malik directly from FTE in Las Vegas.
So I'm here on the last day of FTE Global with Mohit Malik, who is the head of Global Business Development and Solution Specialists for SITA. So first of all, thank you for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And what are you showing off here at FTE Global?
So we are showing a couple of different projects over here, right? So we have launched a new Tier 6 kiosk, that what we are demonstrating, plus also the super fast bag tagging. It's all completely about touchless technology. So that is the one part of the solution we are showcasing, what we have recently launched, and we are getting a lot of good successes. This kiosk is completely customizable, Korean material. You can design the way you want for every airport, every airline's needs. And then top on my left, I'm showcasing the super fast smart path process powered by NEC over here, wherein you create your single token journey using your passport, using your face and your mobile. You enroll yourself on your mobile device, and then thereafter you have a single token from which is now your face is your boarding pass typically, right? That is what we advertise. So using your face, you should be able to then do the boarding, you should be able to access the lounge access and anything that you want in the airport.
So you're talking about digital transformation. I know that's been a big thing that SITA has been emphasizing the past 2 years with the pandemic, and this is some of the technology that's making it happen. Obviously, there's still an adoption delay. So how far along is that digital transformation process, and what do you need to do to increase adoption rates and get more people to use the technology?
I think the technology for tomorrow is already today, and we have deployed this technology worldwide, different parts of the world, and we are very soon deploying also in New York as well, New York area. So it's all about the smart path transformation, right? You have been listening to so many in the conferences that they would like to move forward with it. So there is nothing to stop. As long as we are responding to all the questions from the customers, and as the other lady mentioned us yesterday in the call, in the conference, basically that every single passenger is anyways using their face to open up their phone. So exactly the same methodology what we are using over here. It's 100% secure. We are not storing your data. We are not transforming anything that is not willful required. We are under the GDPR. So we are doing everything by law as required to make sure that we are transforming everything in the digital world.
So you're talking about you've got pretty good interest from the airlines and the airports themselves. Is there any kind of confusion amongst the general public? Are people willing to use this technology, or how do they feel? Do you have to kind of win them over to make them feel more comfortable with things that might not have necessarily seen before?
I think it's just the adaptation rate, right? Whenever you introduce a new technology, people try to think exactly, are we storing their data? What is the personal identity is being stored? What are the data going to be used at? So that's a concern to them. But generally, if you are an educated guy and if you have absolutely understanding and you have been using the Facebook, the Gmails, and using your phones to unlock using your face, I think that's the same adoption rate that we are talking over here. The new world is all about paperless journey, right? So once you enroll your face, once you have your ID token created, thereafter everything is still with you. Your phone contains your digital ID today anyways, and we are just using it in our airport environment in the aviation sector now.
So what you've shown me here with the T6 kiosk in particular, you showed me a very contactless bag printing where you don't even have to touch the kiosk. Literally, you just scan your QR code on your phone. And that's just one example of many different kinds of touchless technologies that you're looking at. Have you found that COVID-19, in particular the past 2 years, has really increased the amount of interest in things that a fully contactless experience?
So certainly, the way we have designed our Tier 6 kiosk is, if you will see around the shows, many different vendors have got many different toys, right? What we are doing is this is one size fits all solution. So the same Tier 6 kiosk what we have launched serves as a kiosk, serves as a back tag printer, and also serves as an immigration kiosk, right? Just by making some minor modifications. Plus on top, you use the exact same kiosk as your backdrop as well. So one kiosk is able to provide you many different options. Obviously, you need to procure and put it in different places, but the look and feel, the major problem that we have with the passengers today is when they land into the airport, when they are doing a check-in, they use a different kiosk. When they use a boarding, they use a different kiosk. When they use a self backdrop, they use a different kiosk. When they come back in the same terminal from outside country, they use a different kiosk for the immigration purposes. We are trying to unify everything. So that's the reason I'm only showcasing one kiosk over here, which has the capability of providing the capabilities of all the 4 touch points that I just mentioned.
And just one final question. So it is December, which means it's time for year-end retrospectives and also for looks forward. What do you think is going to be the biggest trend in the air travel industry for 2022?
I think what we have seen already in 2021, late now, that the domestic travel have came back almost 120% right now. I'm feeling the same thing is going to happen, kick back, because everyone have saved quite a bit of money when you are not traveling. Everyone is eager to go meet with their dear ones, right? And you will see that things are going to start happening. We are also trying to standardize the COVID requirements, wherein we are working with many of the different international governments, wherein we are trying to standardize how we can actually work together as a organization to streamline these processes. Basically meaning, if we have the identity and we are validating that identity against the database and you have been vaccinated, those types of standards still needs to be done. If all the airports and the airlines works together in the synchronization, I think this international travel is going to boom back again very soon, more than what we are expecting.
So you're saying that interoperability is going to be a big part of the future?
Definitely it is.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
And so concludes our interview with Mohit Malik, Head of Global Business Development at SITA. To learn more about the topics discussed in this podcast, visit sita.aero. And to hear more interviews straight from the Future Travel Experience Conference, stay tuned to FindBiometrics, where you can also participate in our 19th annual Year in Review survey. The FindBiometrics Year in Review is bigger than ever this year, culminating in a full-day virtual event and with prize giveaways for survey respondents. So check the show notes for a link and see how you can get involved. I want to thank Mohit for participating in this episode, and thank you to Eric Weiss for conducting the interview. Our podcast theme music is by Logomrad. I have been your host, Peter Counter. Thank you for listening to the ID Talk Podcast.